I have one question for Mr. Leadbeater. You described a number of parameters that have to be met for successful learning environments, and I was wondering if these parameters are met, the learning content, they work for any kind of learning content. The reason, of course, I'm asking is because we are always looking for learning environments or technologies that are particularly conducive to imparting sustainable development related content, like as was mentioned by Mr. Tang at the beginning, climate change, biodiversity, disaster risk reduction. So that would be my question, the link between the form of the setting and the content.
Well, I suppose one of the things that it's a sort of complicated relationship, isn't it? Because you can't learn underlying principles unless you learn content, it seems to me. You can't just go straight to underlying principles. So you need to learn those through some kind of content that needs to be real and practical and concrete. But equally, I think content has almost no relationship to motivation or interest. So in other words, sort of designing education programs on the basis that, well, if you teach things that appear relevant to children, they'll be more interested in them because they're relevant. Well, they might simply be more distracting or what have you. So content can often be misleading, and that, you know, if you read John Hattie's book on visible learning, it's a very good book, or Willingham's book on why students don't like school, they both sort of come to the same conclusion, which is it's about structured but challenging, engaging activity in which there's a massive feedback. And those principles, I think, can be applied to virtually anything you learn, yeah.
Thanks. I don't know if Mr. Jacobson or perhaps Professor Ney, if you have any additional comments on that, on the relation between your sustainable development related content that you get across and the technology that you're using.
No, I basically agree with what Mr. Leadbeater is saying. If your content is boring and not engaging, it could be excellent when it comes to facts, and it will still not do what it's supposed to do. So, yes, you need to work with user feedback all the time, and get people involved, and see how it works, and improve accordingly, and that never ends. It goes on and on.
Maybe I can just add to the discussions that we have had here in general. I would say all universities, like Lund University, which is a very traditional university, needs to continue to develop and to be creative. And I think it's part of doing what we have always done, this more traditional educational programs, but it's also to try to do something new, to reach out. And we can actually see that the YMP program has been an enormous success, that we actually can reach out and to find these new types of platforms using new types of technologies, something really positive that we have experienced just in the last 3 years or 4 years or something like that. There is a tremendous change in the way that we actually can reach out through these types of programs.
All right, another question? Yeah.
Stijn van Oosteren, from the Dutch delegation. My congratulations for this very inspiring initiative, and also I want to thank my Swedish colleagues for having helped organizing this. My question concerns the motivation aspect, because it's a very, very inspiring program, but I would like to know, how do you, or the program, motivate teachers to get enrolled into this, to make this step, to actually start the process? Because I understood from the presentation that it's extra time, it's work that they do on top of their curriculum that they already have to respect. So extra work means more energy. As you have already had many teachers, for example, from China who enrolled into this program, can you tell me what motivated them to get enrolled to that program? Sorry, thank you.
I think there are a number of reasons. The first reason is that ESD is something you are supposed to teach in school, and that's not easy. And this is a framework a tool that makes it easier for you as a teacher to start teaching ESD. You get credible help with the complexity and the lots of the amount of facts and challenges you need to address, and you also get help with a way to come through this and end up in something positive, which is also very difficult for teachers. So there are a number of barriers that we are helping teachers to overcome. That is the first answer. And then, of course, when it comes to teachers in China, we have been going to China for a while and educate educators in the field and provided diplomas for the teachers. And we know that that is a workable way, it's at least in China. So we are now looking into some very interesting possibilities to connect to partner universities around the world, and perhaps for really engaged teachers that are got a lot of credits on this platform, perhaps in the near future we could open up the possibilities for those teachers to be invited to educate themselves further at partner universities. And we can also highlight achievements made by teachers on this platform, because the teachers are also part of this game, so to say. They get credits for the number of groups that they have taken through the course. They get credits for contributing to content and new ideas for other teachers to pick up. And we have always the possibility to highlight individuals in the community for achievements. And we will do so, as you will find out when you start to look at the platform. So, I don't know, but I heard a quotation the other day from one of the IT gurus in the United States. He said that education is in many cases a badly designed game. You have to wait very long for your awards, and during the time you're doing that, you can't see the progress really. And that is something that we try to use ways to get around by giving achievements and credits and micro engagement all the time as teachers and students are taking the course. So yes, we are addressing the problem, and I think these two reasons are the main reasons why teachers are coming into the program.
I'd just also like to follow up on that as well, because you can kind of turn around what you're saying. I think Charles Leadbeater said it pretty well. There's many schools around the world that they're not challenging for students, but they're also not challenging for teachers. And teachers want new challenges and are looking for new opportunities. And in fact, I've been involved in the teacher training for this program, and you find the opposite. You don't have a problem motivating the teachers. I mean, they are really excited about this, and they see new opportunities. And in fact, we just give them a chance to do something new. We don't direct them too much. We let them take control of it and take it on. And so I think for the teachers, it is really something new, something they can bring into their school, something that can kind of link them to other teachers that are excited about these issues, to also create kind of connections and networks. So the motivational side for the teachers is not as difficult as you might think. You are right saying, of course, it's extra work and so on, but it's not as difficult, because there are a lot of schools around that ain't too interesting for teachers either.
I think we're coming close to 1 o'clock. I can't take any more questions, nor do I see any. So this is the right moment, I think, to come to an end. I'd like to thank all the panelists, Ambassador Ringborg, Professor Johansson, Mr. Leadbeater, and all the other panelists. I think it's been a very inspiring morning with a look into this very motivational program you have developed and you have been running successfully for a while. And it's also been very important to get the broader perspective into what is needed to make learning environments work. From the UNESCO side, we're happy to continue the cooperation. I've made a few remarks earlier in which direction this might be going. I thank you all in the audience as well for attending and for your contributions. And I'd like to close the session. Thank you.